So Max Verstappen said he literally laughed out loud when he drove a Silverstone lap in this simulator because the hybrid systems were so insane. Let's explore why that is. So we're going to use the F1 game to try and figure this out because it's actually got a really realistic implementation of the ERS systems in real life. Now, the main differences you'll find in the game versus real life is that there's no super clipping in the game like there is in real life. In order to super clip, what I have to do is I have to lift the throttle by half. So with the throttle brake over there, when you see me lifting by half, like that, that's super clipping, right? That's the same as in real life. The drivers can stay flat. The only other difference really that matters is that in the game, we're allowed to add power while full throttle. What I mean by that is, what we can do in the bottom right here is we can turn up our ERS modes and add power. That'll give you more power. In real life, they're not allowed to do that. In real life, once they're full throttle, that's it. The car is not allowed to add any power, either by itself or with a button. That's the key things to know, but we're going to explore it. First of all, let's go through why I think that we've got an issue. The end of this straight is basically the point at which they're going to have no battery, because from here, if we look, bit of super clip into there, didn't quite do it enough, you can charge quite nicely, because if we only just deploy a little bit of battery, and then super clip, super clip, super clip, brake like normal, not using any from here, not using any from here. Look, we're already able to back up to 50% already. Now we use a little bit down this straight. In real life, I'll probably use even less than what I'm using here, but this is what we're going to do for now. And then probably none all the way through here. And look, it's starting to recharge. You do a big super clip into here as well, like so.
Okay, mate, so word on the new regs this year.
Okay, and that's basically the main recharge zone. And as you can see, with a bit of super clipping, we're back up to 80% charge, alright? So in real life, they'll be able to fully recharge in that phase. So that phase is not an issue. The issue is this phase here. So we start burning a bit of battery down this straight and then switch it back off again. And look at that, with super clip at the end of it, we've already burnt half of our battery of what we had. Now through here, we'll recharge quite nicely. They won't deploy any through here, of course. So we're back up to what we were at the start of straight, which is brilliant. But from now is the real big issue, because you need to deploy some down this straight, a little bit like that. But now there's no braking zones until the end of that straight where I had 0% battery before. So you super clip. Well, I don't think you would super clip into there because they're not allowed to add power while they're on the throttle. So into there, I think they'll just be doing what I'm doing now with just combustion power, which just isn't very much. I'm flat all the way through here. Look, flat, 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 and flat. I did actually take a little lift there because I got some grass on my tyres, but in real life they might be flat all the way through there because now you want some battery. You want to save it for this straight. It's really important. And now look, I'm out of battery again. The same things happen. So let's do that. Let's do that a bit more fluently this time with a bit more natural driving. So a little bit of battery on this exit, not too much. Going to save a little bit. Oh, I forgot to super clip. Down into there, braking, braking, braking. A little bit of throttle to the corners. No battery, no battery, no battery. Now we'll start deploying some battery, just like they would in real life, but not too much because you need to save some. Once again, switch it off about now, so now they'll stop deploying. And I mean, they're struggling through here a little bit slower to save the tyres a little bit there, which would be quite nice. Super clip, super clip, super clip. They'll probably super clip more than that, to be honest. Also, super clipping is only 250 kilowatts in the game, whereas in real life they can do it to 350 kilowatts. That's another small difference. So I didn't manage to recharge quite so well that time. Just didn't super clip enough, just a bit distracted, to be honest, waffling to you guys. So a little bit on the exit, then we'll switch it off, like so. Then super clip, super clip, super clip. Again, not super clipping enough. Need to super clip a lot more than that. No battery here, no battery over here. Big lift through there to recharge nicely. There you go. Back up to 70%. I think they'll be fully charged realistically at this phase of the lap with a bit of super clipping. So again, switching the battery off here. So now let's see what happens with the battery switched off completely. Switched off completely. Easy flat through there. And again, remember, they're not allowed to add power at this phase. So if they want to add power at that phase of the lap, having just switched off the battery before cops gone full throttle through it, they have to lift the throttle and go on the throttle again. Then the car is allowed to add more power. Or what they'll probably do is they'll do what I'm doing here. They don't deploy any battery at all, so it allows them to stay flat. But then look, now that makes all of this flat because we've had no battery charge. I'm still taking a little scary lift there. I think in real life they'll be flat, and now we've got some battery for the straight. But once again, we're going to be almost out of battery. The main issue is that last half of the lap. This half of the lap, there's not really a problem. Here they might choose to not deploy any. Take a little super clip into here. Quite a big one that time. So now look, now having been a bit smarter with deployment and by taking a bit of super clip, we've actually hit the recharge limit this lap, so we weren't able to recharge as much as I wanted to there. Bit of power on the exit again, back down to no deployment here. Let it take its time to get there.
Push down to P13.
And there you go. And there you go. So we'll see if that happens in real life and how bad it is, but it's basically just because there's no braking zones, and not just no braking zones, but very high speed flat out corners. You're not even really lifting the throttle. They'll be flat for most of it, and that's why Max was laughing, because once challenging corners like Cops, which okay has been flat recently, but only just, and then Mags and Beckett's, they were always challenging and never flat. Now, the driver will just be flat out through there because the car will be doing its thing. Okay, so for approaching this phase of the lap, what they might decide to do is super clip about now. So super clip, super clip, super clip, super clip, super clip. But again, they can't stay flat. They'd have to then lift the throttle into here to get back on it in order to get the full power down the straight, because they can't do what I can do and press some buttons to add some power. The car is only allowed to add power via the throttle, only. That's all. So it'll be interesting to see, but let's run an actual race. Let's go do a league race around Silverstone just to see what it's going to be like in the game, which may give us some hints of what it's going to be like in real life. Go on then, chat. Let's do this. Stay out of trouble priority at the start. Walk down a little bit. Everyone else is a bit slow to react there. Wow. Aware of that. He ghosted, but I think I was going to avoid him anyway. You guys weren't wrong about the carnage. Oh, it's terrible line. I've always been terrible at Magnus and Beckett's. Always been absolutely woeful at it. I don't know why. Okay, almost at the recharge limits. That's about right. Tempted to go for it there, but I would just chill for now.
More than you might have done before, and sometimes the fastest way around a track is not always going full throttle. Combine lift and coast.
50%. It's not bad with some lifts. Oh my god. Squeeze there, I think it was fair though. No, not hitting the recharge limit, need to recharge a bit more than that. Oh guys, what is he did that on his own as well, what are you doing? Like going into there, I don't think that's necessarily wise. What am I doing? Better line through there at least, but no battery down this straight. I think it needs to be a none on the way into Magnus and Beckett's. He's so laggy. That's been lag that hit me before then. Luckily he ghosted when he lagged that time. Okay, up to 78% now. Losing a lot of time with cars in front, but I'm just concentrating fully on just figuring this out. Still race though. Still miles off the recharge limit, but it doesn't help that we've got people around us. Come on, Bobby, come through. Show me how it's done. Not been this far off in a long time. See, it just burnt a little bit. It's because it doesn't stop burning. You burn a little bit and it just keeps burning forever. Right, I'm reverting to my wild strategy. Hold on. See this, like, I can match Bobby perfectly by manually managing the throttle rather than potentially staying full throttle and going, oh, it's burning too much, oh, I don't want it to burn this much. I can match him perfectly by doing this. Just feels so slow, man. It feels so slow. Still nowhere near the recharge limit. Got good battery levels now, much more charged than we have been. I actually think at Silverstone this is my strat. I'm much preferring this. That 100% charge, not hit that all race. 63% tyres, okay, so doing good on tyres.
Tyre wear is lower than we expected it to be. I want you to stay out a little bit longer if you can. Repeat, stay out, stay out.
Loads of battery, so I decided to go for that move. Boxing this lap then. We'll keep going for now. Hopefully Bobby boxes. She does. I think we're going to box this lap, chat. We've already overcut everybody. I was scared. So was Jesper. You saw him just sliding there. I was scared, man. Pretty chill on tyres, by the way. No issues at all for those. Okay, back out in P7 then. Not too much considering I'm already charged. Wait, have I hit the recharge limit? No, I haven't. I didn't hit it in the pits. That's crazy. Recharge limit is so high. I think we need a little bit more Lyco, but I think the main thing we need is more super clipping in the straights when we got straight mode. Big flag or something in front. So that's what I need to do. Big super clip coming into the corners. On what the corners where we've got straight mode. Cars behind are gaining quickly as well. And then slightly bigger lifts like that into the non-straight mode corners. Slow, I think. I think I'm probably lifting too much now and cost myself some pace. Trying to hit the recharge limit, but I don't think that's desirable. He's not even lycering into there, particularly. Yeah, I've got overtake mode now, which will help a little bit. I'm just gonna match him perfectly. The car's behind don't get too involved in that. Okay, big lift from very early into there. Oh my god.
Leading 0. Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess
They could used a bit more than me down that straight.
Anything to worry about.
Couldn't beat there, clearly. They're clearly using they're using none all the way into here. Did say I was probably just deploying too much. They seem to burn a bit more than me down this straight, like that. And we're up into the rev limiter. And use none all the way into here. None. And lifts like here. There, look, he started lifting already. That's mad. That's remotely fast. Lifting that much and that early. But we are quicker now, I think. Doing his strategy, despite he's lifting a lot to save fuel. I don't think he's making it to the end, by the way, on fuel. Okay, eventually get in. Bit of pressure.
Nice move.
You've got to be sensible with that battery now. This is one of our own, doesn't mean we can start burning it all. Man. Honestly, I can see why Max is laughing. This is all about battery. This is crazy. I've literally got quite a big tyre advantage on both the cars around me, and I'm just not faster particularly. I've got 40-odd%. Car in front's got 60, car behind's got 60. It's a massive difference. I should be half a second lap quicker easy. Just not. It's crazy. It's the last lap.
Final lap. Let's go.
I don't think the car behind's making it to the end on fuel. That's why I wanted to try get past and see if I could get past Bobby, but I only had the pace of P7. Car feels really good. Setup feels really good. Just haven't got the ERS sussed at all. Look, I'm not getting on Bobby. 20% tyre advantage. I'm not gaining on him. I'm missing something major at this track.
Yellow flag.
That's what happened. Let's hope it's the guy with the 10. Was the guy with the 10. He's now got 13, so I actually might gain 2 here. I do. I finished P5. Wow, what happened to Kane on that last lap? He was going to beat us. I've never had a race like that. And I like the 2026 regulations. I think they're fun, especially in the game. I like that they're tactical, but that was impossible. I need to go and do some homework because
it's been amazing.
There was something we were majorly missing there. Botty, congrats to Botty, by the way, absolutely dominated that race. Absolute domination. All the way from the pack, and that was it. 18 seconds back, dude. On a 26-lap race. Bobby went from 16th to 4th, so Bobby had that ERS figured out. So I've just finished watching that race back in the edit. It's really interesting, isn't it, how I was struggling so much for battery, despite at the beginning of the video actually nailing where the difficult areas of the track are, both for harvesting and deployment, and yet in the race just completely not figuring it out. It just shows you what the drivers are struggling with, having to lift so much and just generally struggling. It's honestly the most difficult track that I've experienced. And for those wondering as well, by the way, I did have boost mode enabled for that entire race after the first few laps, mainly because the slow power down ramping, which only drops 50 kilowatts every second at Silverstone, it's 100 kilowatts at other circuits, just takes ages to go from full power down to no power, and that's what I was finding was burning my battery. So what I decided to do was stay in boost the whole time and then lift my throttle a little bit to stop that power down ramping instead. It's kind of I guess it's a last resort when I don't really know what I'm doing. It worked okay. I definitely found some pace across the race, but yeah, ERS is super difficult at Silverstone. I'm really interested to see what they do in real life. There's some rumours they're going to be super clipping into Maggots and Beckett's, so I'll be interested to see if they then do have to lift the throttle to disable that and get back on it, or what. But yeah, let's see.